Now let's think in turn to the value proposition. What exactly does it mean? Well, the first thing to think about is it's the ultimate overarching offering that you give your customers that adds value to them, their lives, or a service or product that they then offer to somebody else. Ultimately, it's the total sum of both the product as well as the experience that you give them. The best analogy in this context is that, take McDonald's, a product is a cheeseburger. A proposition is the Happy Meal. It's the total sum of the experience, the toys, the service, the various things, the components, the ability to pick and choose what you want in your Happy Meal. All of these things form the component of the value proposition. Ultimately, you need to think about this from a consumer needs perspective. What exactly is the consumer asking of you, and are you delivering that to them in a robust way, which offers the most value over and above other offerings that they can get in the marketplace? So the marketplace offering becomes quite critical. And it's not just that the offering is important, but it's also how you communicate that offering and how you position that offering that becomes particularly relevant as well for you to think about. So these are just some of the key nuggets to think about as you define your overarching value proposition. Now, when thinking about this, you can apply this into the customer realm. The product and service ultimately fulfills a certain task or job that you're asking it to do. Now, that effectively means basically having some level of value or need that it's fulfilling. You must be very clear about the value that your product is actually fulfilling and then be able to deliver more of that to the value. One of the latest things that are now starting to come through is a jobs-based approach. View your product through what is the final outcome that a customer is using it for. What job are you fulfilling, or what job is your customer filling as a consequence of using your product? And ultimately, your product will have pain points and pain points as well as incremental gains or of satisfaction points within your customers. Now, clearly, as part of that proposition iteration process, you must try and minimize the pains that you're offering that customer and try and increase the gains that you currently have. The key rationale for doing that is because if you get that right, clearly customers will be more satisfied with you, stay with you for longer, want to purchase more of what you've got, and also become keen advocates of yours and the proposition that you're supplying them. Let's think a little bit about the characteristics and components that make up the digital value proposition. Some of the key things are around avoiding business jargon. It's important just to be clear and concise with what exactly you will be offering. It also needs to be quite unique, given the level of transparency that digital products can have in the marketplace. It's so easy for consumers to be able to compare one product with another. It's important that yours comes and stands out as the clear winner because of the unique nature of it. Now, clearly, if it's not easy to understand, it's going to be very, very difficult for anybody to want to actually make that purchase. So a convoluted customer journey, for example, or a convoluted product description then becomes a barrier for people to adopt that product. It also must be very specific about what need it is then fulfilling. So being specific about the customer need becomes a real differentiator. And in fact, more and more people are communicating the need that a product's fulfilling or the job's done that it's fulfilling than anybody else. And that brings us sort of to the holistic customer need to be, that it needs to be fulfilled, which needs to be very, very clear at the outset.